This episode of the Rocker Skating Podcast is brought to you by John Wilson Blades. For more than 329 years, John Wilson has been perfecting the art of blade making in Sheffield, England. And while their history runs deep, their eyes are always on the future. That's why they created the Revolution, the world's most advanced figure skating blade. It is the perfect fusion of centuries-old craftsmanship and cutting-edge technology, delivering unmatched precision, responsiveness, and performance. That's why the majority of world and Olympic champions trust John Wilson. Because when history meets innovation, you get the revolution. Welcome to the Rocker Skating Podcast. The Grand Prix is over, Michelle.
Oh my God, what happened? It was so quick. I feel like it just started. It's been a wild ride.
It's been a wild ride, and you know what? We ended with some spectacular skating.
Yeah, we did. It was out of this world. And
really
props
good
to that incredible crowd in Nagoya. I mean, that building was huge, and it was full, and they were so into it.
They were full for the junior Grand Prix final.
Yeah.
I mean, these junior skaters are out there being like, what is going on?
Yeah. Well, some of them, I mean, Hannah Maria Aboyan was working it. She was loving every minute of it. I love junior dance. Best
Hannah
discipline by far. Yeah.
Hannah Aboyan. I mean, you've been singing the praises of her.
I'm a fangirl.
Of their what do you call
Vogue
it? The
rhythm dance. The best Vogue rhythm dance.
What do you call it? The rhythm
Yeah.
dance. Yes, that's what it's called. I'm still recovering from 3 all-nighters, so sorry if I'm.
I stayed up late on Friday night to watch the junior and senior free dances back to back, and that threw off my whole weekend. So I don't know how you're doing this. I don't have it in me. I mean, I'm just.
I napped about 5 times yesterday.
I mean, I'm napping too, but it's just not the same.
I mean, Jackie Wong's naps sponsored by John Wilson Blades.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oof.
They bring you Alexa Gasparato's triple axel and Jackie Wong's naps.
Exactly. All right. Let's start with the juniors because it was really fun to watch. And I'm gonna go with the ice dance first because I agree with you. That rhythm dance from Aboyan Veselukin was so fun, and the fact that I was talking about this in my like live recap shows. If you haven't watched Junior Ice Dance, you don't know that, or we now will know that their rhythm dance actually requires you to do 2 patterns, 2 half patterns. Yeah, 2 half patterns, a quick step pattern and a rumba pattern, which I wish the seniors were
so much. I mean,
asked to do.
It's like another sport when you're watching it. It's like, oh wow, I love this. It's so engaging. It's so fun watching them do those patterns to the different pieces of music. It's
totally.
it's great. And I was in heaven watching these junior dance events.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. And even you stayed up to watch it.
I
and
did.
live tweet it. Yeah.
Junior dance. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knew? But Aboyan Veselukin wins it fairly convincingly by 7 points. I think they are now very much the favorites going into Junior Worlds.
And it's unbelievable their composure at such young ages. She is 15
I know.
And he's 18. I mean, they are so composed and prepared and just confident. It's really exciting. I mean, this is like baby Pasha Grishuk talent and, conviction and, loving the spotlight. Even coming out with the choreography they would do, each time they walked out, they had choreography planned to like present that suited their program. It was so creative.
Seniors, you need to take note from these junior skaters.
Every single junior team had something, and the seniors didn't do anything.
Yeah,
Maddie
the seniors are just
like the crowd.
The juniors are like hamming it up and with those intros, and the seniors are like, hi.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
I was also like, once again, just thrilled to see Amber Perrier-Giannessi and Samuel Blanc-Klapperman skate their programs, particularly that Tarzan free dance.
The free dance is great.
It draws you in. It was just so well done, and they just laid it down. It was great.
Yeah.
And they moved up from 3rd to 2nd in the free dance. They got the silver medal, which is just awesome.
Yeah, there was some movements going on. I mean, Pitgana and Koval just looked nervous
Yeah,
in their free dance, and there were
yeah,
just like missteps everywhere, and it was
yeah,
unfortunate because they really came here to be challenging for gold, and
yeah,
they ended up having to challenge for silver.
mhm,
Um, and they ended up with the bronze. So
mhm,
you'd expect them to come back with a vengeance
mhm,
come Junior Worlds.
mhm. Seeing them in this field with all of the other top teams, I really, saw that their free dance is a lot more open than some of these other teams. They just spend a lot of time out of holds and doing kind of intricate lifting movements, but a lot of, like, side-by-side skating, which I think made the difference for them in components.
Yeah, and the little errors didn't help, right?
Mhm,
Over on the pairs,
mhm.
your faves,
Quad twist.
your
Quad twist
faves,
3.
Quad Twist 3. I think that's the first. I have to go back and look at the protocols from Sway and Hunt. That might be the first Quad Twist 3 ever called.
Wow.
Um, I might be wrong. I'm gonna figure this out before the end of the show. But yeah, they Guo and Zhang win the title in the pairs event, and they upset the favorites coming in, the Kemp and Elizarov, who just couldn't land stuff today.
Mhm,
And it was or this weekend, and it was tough to watch that because they do have a lot of great. I mean, for me, Kemp and Elizarov have stronger pairing skills than any of the Chinese pairs here at this stage in their careers. Um, but the elements just weren't there. But
yeah.
there were some really really beautiful moments. I think it was a Sandra Bezic choreographed free skate,
Yeah. It was lovely.
and that choreographic spiral where Jonathan Elizarov lifts up. Basically, he's in a spiral position, and she is on his back while he like literally lifted on his back while he's in
Mhm,
spiral position. Um, Ted and Mark on the ISU World Feed stream were just going gaga over it. Speaking of gaga,
mhm.
um, it's some really, really nice elements from them, but they ended up third. Zhang and Feng ended up second. So that was your top three for the junior pairs. Now,
I did a quick search,
did you
and I'm pretty sure that that is the first ever quad twist 3
in junior?
in junior. It has been done several times in senior, and there has been one quad twist 4 in
Whoa,
history. You know who did it? They're not Chinese.
Kinnearums.
Yes! Yes, at 4 Continents. That one time they did that gorgeous clean
Oh
free skate. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
Kinnearums with the quad
Yeah.
twist four.
Yeah.
I know,
It didn't
like
have much GOE, but they did it.
Alexa has always had trouble getting the split called on her twist. So
Mhm.
it was good to see that at least
Mhm.
the one time that it happened.
Mhm.
Um,
Oh, no, sorry, I misspoke. They've
uh,
a Russian team at Junior Grand Prix Croatia in 2017 got a 4 twist 3, so this is the second one.
Gotta really go back in
We
the
gotta go deep,
annals of the history.
but it's exciting to see them, so, you
It
know.
is, and for me, it's the best quad twist we've ever seen.
Yeah, yeah. It
Period.
flies.
Um,
And I loved their gala program too. That
I
was
know. Go
so
watch the
fun.
gala program. It's cute. It is really like it's truly a gala program
Mhm.
because
Yeah,
they really play to like using props and
yeah, and
doing
playing
stuff and like
characters
playing
and acting
characters.
things
Yeah,
out.
yeah. Great for a junior pair for their
Mhm,
development for sure.
mhm.
The men was the showdown between Minku
Yeah.
Seo and Ryo Nakata,
This
and
was the drama in junior.
it was
Yeah.
the skating drama was great because Minku
Mhm.
Seo wins the competition and skates his third and fourth clean program
Yeah.
in
2
what,
weeks?
8 days, nine
Yeah,
days?
yeah.
Uh, uh, he
Unbelievable.
he was just so good. I mean, channeling the Patrick Chan in him, right?
Yeah.
Um, so it was good to see that. Ryo Nakata led after the short program,
Mhm,
had higher difficulty and did, like there were no major mistakes, but there were a bunch
mhm.
of minor mistakes that added
Yeah,
up, and he ended up in second and was mad,
yeah. He was very upset.
very upset.
Devastated. I mean, And, it's great to care this much, but it's also, I hope he's not as upset as he appeared to be in the kiss and cry.
I mean, I
It's
hope
just a
it's
sport.
I do hope that, I mean, it's one of those things
Mhm.
where, like, everybody copes a little differently with
Yeah.
things, right? And, he's got 2 weeks to come back for Japan Nationals and
Mhm.
show everybody that he can do all these things that
Yeah.
he can do. I mean, all in all, if you look at his season so far, and I'm talking about Ryo Nakata's season, he has just been so much more consistent. Even this program was
Mhm.
stronger than what he was putting out at this time last year, and,
Yeah.
I know he wanted to win that title again,
Mhm.
but this was not a failure by any
Yeah.
means.
And he has, like, a stress fracture in his ankle.
I know.
So,
Too hard on yourself,
some
Rio.
people would be at home. So,
I would be at home.
Yeah, oh my god,
I'm at home
yes.
sleeping.
Uh-huh.
Who was not at home? Mao Shimada winning her 4th
Yeah.
Junior Grand Prix title. Junior Grand Prix
Crazy.
final title.
Yeah.
Oh,
That list you tweeted of all the Junior Grand Prix final winners, that was just it was like all these blasts from the past people. Starts with, like, Deanna Stellato, and then
yeah.
it's just, like, all these people I remember, and then there's, like, a block of 4 years in a row of Mao Shimada.
Look, the fact that Deanna Stellato was on there in what was it,
99.
1999? Yeah. Oh,
She won women, and Alyona Savchenko won junior pairs. Incredible.
yeah. Longevity of these pair women.
Mhm.
Mao Shimada skates the best that she has skated all season
Yeah,
long.
she was great.
The short program was amazing.
Mhm.
I
Caitlin Weaver is doing such great work for
Yeah,
her.
yeah,
She's just like the joy and the freedom in her skating and that choreography is
yeah.
like just lovely.
So great.
Mhm.
Um, and geez, the all 6 women in Junior
Mhm.
Grand Prix final tried triple axels in the free skate,
Yeah.
and 3 of them were landed cleanly. Mao Shibata landed hers, Yusong Kim landed hers, Yujie
Mhm.
Kim landed hers, Mayuko Oka had hers fully rotated and felt like it was one of those,
Mhm.
like, she almost had it and her hip was
Mhm.
just a little bit too open and
Mhm.
she couldn't hold on. But, great to see those, and I gotta say, just great to see all 6 of these women were so good. Like,
Mhm.
choreography-wise, they were good, skating
Yeah.
skills-wise, they were good, technically, they were good. Like, Sumika Kanazawa at 13 years old has
Unbelievable composure.
more, yeah, and
Unbelievable.
just has more charisma than so
Yes.
many skaters. I mean, just
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah. That
Watch for these
especially
women.
the junior women's short program was just back to back to back
Yeah,
awesome performances.
so good.
Mhm.
One fall, one mistake
One
the
fall,
entire
the whole
time.
thing, yeah.
Yeah,
And it was a fluke. It was
yeah,
like,
totally.
yeah,
Like,
not
UJ
even
Kim
yeah.
should not have fallen on that jump, and
Mhm.
she never falls on that jump, and she
Yeah.
did, so that happened.
Mhm.
But I mean, looking at this, I mean, only 3 of these Japanese women will go to Junior Worlds, so
Crazy.
that'll be sad, but the showdown for Junior Worlds will be really good.
Mhm.
And we got Japanese nationals coming up in 2 weeks, so we're
Yeah,
gonna
you're
see a
gonna
lot
see
of these,
them.
a lot of these skaters again.
Mhm.
Okay, let's go to the seniors because the juniors they weren't even the appetizer. They were part of the main course.
Yeah.
So good. All right, let's start with the pairs. Pairs was
Pierce was interesting. You
controversial, might be a word for it.
well, you shared an opinion that was a little controversial, and I actually disagree with it.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
yeah. It's at least in the free skate, yeah.
So yeah, I was saying Kanti Machi, in the short program
Mhm.
especially, should have been over Miura Kihara. Um, Both
Eh.
times, Miura Kihara had minor errors that added
Mhm.
up. Kanti Machi skated probably the best they have ever skated in the 2
Mhm.
programs. And they ended up the difference was 2 points.
Mhm. Yeah.
Your thoughts?
So as you know, I slept and I read your tweets and then I watched these events. So I went into them knowing your feelings. And, I really felt like Conti and Machi, it was great to see them skate so clean. The way their marks came up so fast in the free skate, it's like that was a perfectly clean program. That's like there were no reviews. Done.
Mhm.
But watching them back to back with Mira Kihara, the the lifts that the Japanese team do are just on another level. There's just you don't see any of the architecture behind them, the fluidity and the ease and the way they just fly through their program. I felt like I understood why the teams were scored the way they were because
Yeah.
as clean as Kantimachi are, it's just not the same it's just not in the same building as what the Japanese are doing in terms of, like, complexity and ease and, even with those few little technical errors that, Mira Kihara made, I was okay with it. I mean, granted, I do think it's correct that Conti-Machi got the very high scores they got and were
Hmm.
that close because they were that clean and they were just so, you know, excited to do it. But I do feel like they are probably close to their ceiling here, whereas I
Yes.
feel like Miura Kihara could go quite a bit higher. Yeah.
Mira Kihara could be in the 230s
Yeah. Yeah.
without a problem if they skated two clean programs.
I was
I
getting emotional watching their free skate and it wasn't even like clean.
That's interesting. You have not
Yeah.
been getting emotional from Mira Kihara all
No, I
season, I
was
feel like.
really really feeling it. It was
Yeah.
just like it was moving me. I was like I watched them and then I went to like wash like my dishes and I was like still emotional washing the dishes. It's like, geez.
Cut to Michelle Ellis at the kitchen washing her dishes and
Crying over my bowl.
sobbing, sobbing. Um,
Yeah.
Look, I totally agree with you on
Mhm.
the lifts piece of it.
Mhm.
I was going back to their scores, and they had a 3-point advantage in GOEs
Mhm.
um, to Kanti and Machi's lifts.
Mhm.
Now, I thought those lifts should have gotten more than 3 points of an
Mhm.
advantage because actually Kanti Machi's reverse lasso was a little shaky.
Mhm.
And so that was part of that 3-point advantage, but
Mhm.
it should have been higher. Now, on the other direction, uh, it I have to go back again, but I thought Riku Miura's triple toe in the free skate was under,
Probably.
and
Yeah.
they didn't call it. And
Yeah.
so that was one of the reasons when the scores came up, I was like, well, they're in the 147, 148 range. That's going to go down because the triple toe is going to get called, and
Yeah.
they reviewed it and it get called. So
I mean, that's
that
what
was trying to
happened
get me.
at Worlds last year. Like her one of her double axles wasn't called, and if
Yeah,
it had been, they wouldn't have won.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
So I think if with them, it's always rotations, right?
Mhm.
And it still boggles my mind that they don't do their triple sows in the short because their
Mm.
triple sow it just tends to be a more fully rotated jump, and they do it in the second half of their program.
Mhm.
So it's like, okay, well, if you're landing your triple sow in the second half of your program
And it's worth more than a toe.
cleanly, yeah, it's worth a tenth of a point more, but still,
Yeah.
like yeah, it maybe it's just that it's not as whatever, but also they don't take as much time setting up for their sow as they do
Mhm.
for their toe.
Mhm.
I don't know. I've said
Maybe
this
it's
for
like
a number of years, so
maybe it's
there
like a
has to be a
disaster
reason.
element where they just just have to do it without even thinking right out of nowhere. Otherwise, they think too much and they mess it up. And
Yeah,
I don't know. Putting it in the short is like so permanent.
I know.
I
I
don't
know.
know.
Agreed. Um,
Yeah.
it's also been interesting to see the death spirals all season
Oh,
long. Like these death spirals are not getting the three revolutions that they
and
need to
they're
get level fours.
ugly.
And there's so many forward outside death spirals
Oh,
because they're worth a little bit more.
and it made the difference for Swain Han in Beijing, you
Yeah,
know? So it's like, I guess, but yeah, if you're not going to get a 4 and it's going to look like that, you know.
I know. Now, for folks at home who are thinking like, why do they have to look like that?
Mhm. You
It's
have to
the
hold an
fact
outside edge.
you have to hold an outside edge, and there's also the addition of the head. The
Uh-huh.
woman's head have to be in a certain spot in relation to her knee.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
like there's that element to it. There's like it can't be too high, and so like you have to
Mhm.
do this like weird arch. And then because it's on an outside edge, you can't really sink down as much. The same
Mhm.
thing with the back outside death spiral. It has to be you just can't get as low as you can on an inside death spiral.
Mhm.
Um, So they just look kind of weird. And some of them don't look as weird as others. It's kind of like there's some people who are lefty jumpers who you would never think about as lefty jumpers,
Mhm.
and then there's some people who are like, oh yeah, you're definitely a lefty jumper.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
Ashley
what
Wagner versus
yeah,
Maddie Skeezus.
yeah. I'm not really
Yeah.
sure what the intangible is of that,
Yeah.
but they're just like it's the same thing with outside death spirals. There's some that are you're like, okay, that doesn't look that
Yeah.
bad, and there's some that are like, oh, wait, that's
Someone in
weird.
this someone in this group had a back outside that I thought like, "Oh, they are doing a good job of it." I think it was Pavlova.
Hasavulidin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hasavulidin, they changed theirs. Actually, Pavlova Sviatchenko also had a back outside death spiral.
Yeah. One of them looked I looked at it and I was like, "Okay, that's tolerable," you know? I'm not, like, offended by the, like, radical ugliness of the position. Um,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
just looking at this. So every pair in here did a
Mhm.
back outside death spiral except for
Except
Deanna and
Deanna.
Max, who did a
Mhm.
forward outside death spiral, which is worth, I think, point 0.3.
I see.
Yeah, it's point 0.3 more than a forward and than a back outside death spiral. So um, that is the difference.
Hmm.
And the four death spirals are harder, and
Mhm.
and this was thanks to the great Sandra Bezic, who was commentating in the 90s.
Mhm.
The forward outside death spiral is nicknamed the life spiral.
Why? Do you wanna survive it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Because I guess you're going forward and it's on the outside edge. So you're like running towards something, toward
Mhm.
life. I don't know. It's a life spiral, but nobody calls it that. Kind of sad.
It's because you don't really get into a position
Where
deep
you're,
enough to risk your life.
um, so that was the Miura, Kihara, and Kati Machi gold and silver. Now, Hase Volodin, the two-time and defending champions, she popped her Salchow in the short program and frankly should have been lower than Stellato Deschamps in the short program.
I don't know if I go that far.
Mm, um, I can see why.
I mean, Stellato and Deschamps, I don't know what's going on. If they're, like, mentally fatigued from Deanna's, like, immense ambition, if they're pushing too hard, they're just losing GOE on lots of
Lots of
elements
stuff.
because
Yep,
they're tight, and it's like
yep,
they're forcing it.
yep.
And it doesn't even feel like they're enjoying this anymore, you know? It's just such a struggle.
It's very tense.
Mhm.
It is very
Yeah.
tense. I think Deanna, after the competition, did say that I think she's thinking they have competed too much,
Yeah.
and
Don't go to
we've been
4
saying that
continents.
here. Yeah, just
Go to Hawaii on the way home from Nagoya. Take a break.
yes, please don't go to four continents. It is not necessary.
Yeah.
But Hasselvolden was in fifth place, and they were dejected. I mean, she
Mhm.
does not pop her triple Salchow like
No.
that. And they came back and they skated the
Mhm.
best free skate that they have skated in a long time. And this
The
was
best anyone's done this season.
yeah, this was the first time that I really saw this program kind of sing.
Mhm.
It's still not to the level of Four Seasons,
Mhm.
but it was better. It was just
Mhm.
they attacked it. It was an assertive program. It felt like they were coming at you as opposed
Mhm.
to falling backwards.
Mhm. Yeah. The music just still doesn't grab me, but their finesse in it was, nice to watch.
Yeah, for sure. And then Metelkina Barulova, another weird lift in the free
I
skate.
Yeah. The more I watch their free skate, the less I think it's a good vehicle for them. It's just a little bit there's not characters in it really that you can relate to.
Yep. And there's a section right in the middle of it
Mhm.
where they just stand in the middle of of the ice for 15 seconds.
It's a rest element.
It's not in 2025. It's
Yeah,
not like this is not
yeah,
1995 pairs.
yeah,
It really is not. It doesn't do them any service as a pair as good as them to be
yeah.
putting that kind of a pause in there.
Well, they have these stunning, like, Russian elements, and I think having a program that is, I don't know, maybe more classical, maybe more Russian style, it might be more dynamic for them. Um, I'm remembering Mishina Galliamov skating to that really intense music that plays on the nightly news in Beijing, and it's like that was just such a good vehicle for them, and they're just like frostiness and intensity. You remember?
I think I've blocked it out of my memory. Yeah, I love it. Um, but yeah, I agree. I think the short program is a much better vehicle for them. I think parts of the free skate is a very good vehicle for them.
Mhm.
Kind of really like up until the phone rings.
That they need to answer the phone
They
and
need to
call a
answer
different
the
choreographer. It
answer the
was
phone.
Time Forward by Sviridov. They skated to the snowstorm and Time Forward by Sviridov, Mishina
Mm,
Galyamov.
hmm.
You'll know it when you listen to
Uh,
it, but they play that piece plays on, like, the primetime news every night in Russia, and it's
oh,
just this, like,
interesting.
very, like, intense, like, marching song, and
Hmm,
it's just suited to their style, and I feel like Metyolkina, Berilava are that kind of style of team.
yeah.
It just might be good for them to have something more intense.
I think that's the results here were very telling
Mhm,
of where everybody stood relative to each other
mhm,
because Metelkina Barulova sort of without the combination of this like convergence of the best pairs in the world have been
mhm,
getting these scores that were a lot bigger
mhm.
than what they ended up getting here. And it's not as if they made a whole bunch of mistakes here, right?
Yeah,
Um, seeing that they ended up fourth here and fourth sort of close to Pavlova Sviatchenko, that changes the momentum and the narrative a little bit of like who actually
mhm,
is kind of in the
yeah,
mix for the pairs podium. I mean, right now you got to think the pairs podium, the momentum is going to Mirokihara, Kantimachi, and Hasavoldin,
and
and
potentially Swayhan,
potentially
and
Suehan,
I feel
right?
like the Georgians are on the outside looking in. Mhm,
Yeah, and if Stellato Deschamps can figure it out, they are
mhm,
also on the outside looking
yeah,
in. And we know they can go 75, 76, 77 in a
mhm,
short. We know they can go 140, 145 in the
mhm,
free. They just got to skate cleaner.
yeah,
It's much easier said than done, and they have it in them, but they need some rest.
mhm.
Dance.
Okay.
Another crazy fall happens
Oh,
right at
yeah.
the end.
It's crazy
Oof.
because this whole season, all anyone has had anything to say about is Maddie Chalk's dress, the skirt. The skirt's too long. The skirt, the skirt, the skirt, the skirt. Maddie and Evan have done 3 competitions and have had exactly 0 skirt issues. And poor Laurence out here, like, her skirt reaches down and grabs her toe pick and pulls her to the ground. That was just, you know and not to mention, like, is Guillaume triggered by another costume issue by his partner? Yeah,
Guillaume's
that
probably
was, like, wild. This event had a
Guillaume
lot of crazy stuff in it.
Guillaume's
Yeah.
probably triggered by a lot of things.
Mhm.
It's the crazy stuff started in the rhythm dance.
Mhm.
Right when
Illegal
we
element.
thought right when we thought that, we're getting a different panel this time. It's
Mhm.
gonna be different. And like right off the bat,
Mhm.
Zinkas Kolesnik comes out, does what was a very good rhythm dance
And exactly the rhythm dance they've been competing all season,
all season,
step for step.
and they get 2 calls.
Really weird ones.
Yeah. I have never like, I literally was looking at the scores coming in, all of a sudden there was an S, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"I have seen this before, I think, but I haven't seen it in a long time, if I've ever seen it at all." And the S was for the no touch midline step sequence,
Mhm.
and it's a no touch, so I don't know what S actually stands for, but S means that you touched. Um,
What?
and I swear, I mean, I spent they were the first ones to go in the rhythm dance. I spent the entire first group going back
Yeah.
to their midline step sequence and looking at it over and over and
Uh-huh.
over again. I'm like, where did they touch? Where did they touch? And the only place where I really saw that they could have called it was on their very last step, where they were finishing their turn and
Mhm.
lilting up out of their back outside edge. And before they finished that edge, they held hands to go into their
Mhm.
transition to the next element. And if that's what they called it
That was a
for,
transition.
it's
Maybe their souls touched. I don't know. It's crazy.
maybe their souls touched. And the panel saw
Yeah,
their
they
souls
felt it.
touching.
Uh-huh.
They
But
felt it happening.
the illegal element call, I think we agree, we think it was on the assisted axle that
Right.
Emilia does at the beginning. I was texting with Ben Augusto about this, and he was just like, "That should not be called. They are holding hands. If she's free, like, not touching him and does that, sure,
Right.
but because she's in contact with him, it shouldn't count."
She's like, I'm a single skater. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like at this point, she might as well go and do
Uh-huh.
an assisted triple toe.
Mhm. Yeah, I know. Mhm. Just touch his soul
Yeah.
on the way down.
Yeah,
Say it
exactly.
doesn't count.
Um, that was just a lot.
Mhm.
Um,
And that was the first program.
that was first program. I'm gonna read these to you
Okay.
because just so that we know exactly what is going on with these. So the S for the midline step
Mhm.
sequence, it is uh, if partners are in hold, contact, or touch when not permitted, or do not stay in hold, contact, or touch when required. So it could be like one where you actually have to be in hold the whole time and you let go.
Yeah.
The level shall be reduced by one level and one level for each partner when applicable. So they actually got their midlines called as level twos for both of them. And
Mhm.
because of the S,
Yeah.
they had to get it called one level lower. So that
Come on.
that yeah, that was literally the thing that happened. And so it frankly wasn't a huge thing because the only thing was that their levels got called down
Mhm.
and the GOEs stayed the same. Like
Mhm.
nobody was required to bring down the GOEs. But then the but then the illegal element was, I can't even find it anymore, but it was basically like you can't do a jump of more than one revolution unless it is to an entry or an exit of
Mhm.
another element, so like a lift
Mhm.
or something.
Yeah, Meryl used
Um,
to do those.
yeah, uh,
Davis.
a- and so
Mhm.
Meryl Streep used
Meryl
to do
Dave
those.
Meryl Streep.
Um,
Meryl Streep
so
and Charlie White.
so that was the thing,
Yeah.
and because of that they got a -2 for it. So um,
Stupid.
it just felt crazy to start us off with
Yeah.
that. The
And,
rest of the
like,
rhythm dance seemed fine.
let people make art, you know? Like, let them be creative. It's not like they're doing something insane. It's not even on an element. Anyway, yeah. I saw a tweet that this panel that called this is the Olympic dance panel, technical panel.
Interesting.
So, it is interesting. We'll see, if that's
Mm.
true, but fortunately, they are not being excessively punitive across the board, just to certain teams. It'd be great if it was none of them, but we got some footwork levels here, which we didn't get at our last couple Grand Prix, so
We sure did. Well, the free dance was interesting, and I have not talked to you about this since it happened. So
Mm-mm.
I'm curious to hear what your thoughts are on this. The 3 and 4
Yeah.
ended up being Fear Gibson with the bronze
Mhm.
and Gilles Poirier with fourth place, and
Mhm.
they were separated by less than a tenth of a point.
Mhm.
For me, Gilles Poirier should have been on the podium.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just literally looking at all of their stuff and zeroing in on the skating skills,
Yeah.
and it's 9.25 versus a 9.11. So,
I mean, I have, like, a reasonable explanation and an
yep,
unreasonable one. I mean, I
yep,
think the reasonable one is if you look at their scores, the difference in the free dance was really in GOE. C l Piper and Paul had a higher base value for their elements. They got better levels than
Yep.
Lila and Lewis, but Lila and Lewis got like a point and a half more GOE overall than them. Just the quality of their elements and those like, lifts and the things that were playing to the crowd. And the crowd, especially in Japan, they love Lila and Lewis and they really played to them. And it was just, that reaction to those lifts and to those just to like their 1 foot turns ending in a spin. And the crowd was just like, squealing over that. And it's just, I feel like that's where the GOE, kind of comes from is the difference. And I think Piper and Paul is as well as they skated, it's not a flashy program. And I also think something else may be happening here because the Canadian judge put Piper and Paul in third. They didn't even put them ahead of Fournier, Beaudry, Cizeron, who had a fall. So then I'm wondering, is the panel unimpressed with their material, like bringing back an old free dance? Is it not working for them? Um, yeah. Um, I think those are my kind of like reasoned observations. I mean, my other thing is like, this is political. I think it's been in the works for a while. Um, I think Skate Canada's never been great at politicking its dance teams into places they need to be. And like Piper and Paul and their coach Carol Lane have never been the most receptive to what people want them to do. They've always followed their own inspiration and ideas, which in theory should be great. But, in the history of ice dance, it tends to not be great. And Lila and Lewis are like the definition of doing what people think they should do and
Mm.
playing to their strengths. And,
Yep.
I think they came into this knowing what the crowd was going to be like and they were ready to deliver. And, another thing that like this keeps occurring to me is like there's two Canadians on this podium and neither one of them skating for Canada. And, Lila Fear has never skated for Canada. But Lawrence Fournier Boudry was skating for Canada 2 years ago, year and a half. Most federations wouldn't have released her. Why'd Canada do that? I mean, they're really crying now, but like, I don't know. It's just interesting politically to see the way that Canada plays the game. And I don't know, I'm just thinking back. Like, of course it shouldn't still be like this. I'm like looking into history and it's like we have a new system we think should be better, but like Skate Canada and Natalia Dubova and Tatiana Tarasova, none of them could get Born and Kratz onto an Olympic podium. They were on the world podium every year. No Olympic medal for you. Um, you
I mean,
know,
to be fair, 2002 was the fall that the Michael Jackson fall heard around the world. So
yeah, but I mean, like, if you're looking at it in terms of like what the scores are like now, they fell on like basically a choreographic like little element at the very end of their program, whereas Maurizio Margalio fell in the straight line footwork.
right.
I think we know what would happen today is the Lithuanians probably would have been on the podium, but it's still it was they could have put them there. They could have done it and they didn't. Um, I don't know. It's
So
just
much. There's so
mhm.
much to be said about it.
Mhm. I feel bad for Piper and Paul. It's really disheartening, and I see all the stuff they're posting online and their coach is posting, and it's brutal. And I mean, I feel like if this event were scored fairly, they would have been second or first here.
Well, speaking of second or first,
What do you think, Jackie?
I already told you what I thought.
Yeah.
Um, the Fourier Beaudry Cicerone thing was interesting in
Mhm.
there was the fall, of
Yeah.
course,
Not on an element.
not on an element, but I was also generally surprised that the choreographic lift that came out
Yes.
of that, even like there was basically didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like
They
he
didn't
just
there
like
was no GOE impact.
he lifted her
Mhm.
and they had to
That
finish the program.
that step that she basically fell on because her blade got caught in her skirt is the transition into that choreographic lift. That should have been reflected in the GOE.
So I did watch
Mhm.
an older program where
Mhm.
she was doing it, and there actually were like it wasn't like a lift into a lift kind of thing. It
Mhm.
was like she actually had a couple steps, and then
Mm.
it's actually a very subtle lift because they're
Mm.
basically gliding forward, and he lifts her
Yeah.
in front of her, and there
Mhm.
and it's sort of this like quiet lift that
Mhm.
ends the thing. And I've never been particularly impressed with that particular lift because
Yeah.
it just it doesn't go anywhere. But
Mhm.
this one in particular didn't go anywhere because she
Yeah.
fell and it
Yeah.
cut into the amount of time that they could have done the lift, and they still did the lift, but it was sort of like half done,
Mhm.
and they still were getting plus twos, plus threes, and
Yeah.
3+ floors on it. Like, I was just like,
Yeah.
how is
Yeah.
that even happening? Um, so agreed that like the fall should not have been a fall on the element. The
Mhm.
fall was before the element, but also like that element should not have gotten the kinds of
Yeah.
grades of execution that it did get.
Mhm.
Um, and then their curve lift combo lift got an
Yeah.
extended lift called,
Mhm.
so they had a -1 on that as well. So
I,
much.
um I had a weird feeling too. I mean, I know they skated the senior rhythm dance before the juniors competed theirs, but after watching the juniors do Aboyan and Veselukin do their Vogue, it made me realize that I feel like Fournier, Baudry, Cizeron just aren't in that program as much. I mean, to be kind of showed up by juniors skating to the same music is interesting. It just doesn't have the life and the enthusiasm in it. And I was thinking back on it, and I was thinking maybe that's why they were behind in the rhythm dance, because I didn't think technically they should have been behind Chalk Bates in the rhythm dance, but I don't know. I was thinking about, because the same panel called both events. Maybe the judges were watching that junior practice and were just like, I know what Vogue should be, and this isn't it. This is not it, and that is it. That's it over there.
The thing that I did notice about
Mhm.
the rhythm dance was the judges had it right in the lift that the two top teams did.
Mhm.
Chalk and Bates does this rotational lift that is very like to their usual kind of
Mhm.
like flair of lifts,
Mhm.
very intricate, difficult kind of thing, and they were getting fours and fives on it.
Mhm.
And Fournier Baudry Cicero just does this sort of like she sits on his knee
Yeah.
and they do a curve, and I'm like, I know you're like sort of voguing on his knee, but
Yeah.
like it this is not a choreographic lift.
Yeah.
A
Like, this is the lift. There
this
should
is the
be
lift.
more
And
difficulty in it.
I
Yeah.
would not be surprised if they went back and looked at those scores and they're
Mhm.
like, okay, well, we can't be getting plus threes on a lift. Like
Yeah.
they need to be that lift needs to be more complex,
Mhm.
um, or something because it's not
Mhm.
working right now.
Yeah. And I think to the lift that Davis and Smolkin do, that's basically on a similar pattern, and he's in a similar position, but he's got Diana Davis, like, lifted in the air,
Yeah,
and she's hitting a position.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the combo lift in the free dance is really nice for
Mhm.
Fournier, Beaudry, and Cicerone. Like it's this like thing where he's on a hydroblade position and he
Mhm.
changes edge, which is very difficult, um, and goes into a different curve for the
Mhm.
second part of the lift. So it's like it's there.
Yeah.
Like you can do a curve lift that is more
Yeah.
complicated than what they're
Yeah.
doing in the rhythm dance.
Yeah.
We can go on all day. Are you surprised that I can go all day for
We
the
could
ice
do
dance
another let's
event?
do another hour on dance, yeah. Are you gonna skip the practices in Milan? You're gonna come to a
Oh,
couple of those?
I'll skip the practices in Milan. I need
Uh,
to eat at some point.
okay, well, uh, the ice dance will feed you.
Yes, that's feed me some pasta.
Chalk and
Um,
Bates skated great here.
they did.
Both their programs were good.
They did.
I heard they
Uh,
had a fall on the choreo slide, tripping on the lift, the morning of the free dance, but they did not have a problem.
that happened at Skate America too.
Yeah, yeah, and I noticed they did a replay of it, and you could see Evan's hand holding the skirt off of Maddie's blade while they were
Mhm.
in the
Mhm.
slide. It was
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've made sure that there's no toe pick to skirt
Mhm.
issue going on for
Mhm.
that one. Oh, yeah. All right.
Mhm.
Ice dance. Let's go to the men because the men did not men. Well, at least in the free skate, they
No.
didn't. They did in the short program, but they didn't do it in free skate. The big news going into the free skate was that Ilya Molina was not leading. In fact, he was
Mm-mm.
third. In fact, he was almost fourth.
I said some sentences, a sentence that I don't think anyone's ever spoken ever, and my sentence was, "I think Grassel should have been ahead of him in the short program." Which is crazy, Grassel, I mean, come on, but Grassel was, like, the best he's been. He was so clean
he
here.
he
And
has been.
the rotations are still a little scratchy, but, like, Ilya was really tight in that short program.
He was Grasso was really good for both of those
Mhm,
programs. They
mhm,
were the cleanest we've seen him skate. Like
mhm,
they were the most confident we've seen him in a
mhm.
very long time. Now, should they have reviewed a couple jumps that they didn't
Yeah.
review? They should
Mhm.
have, but they were
Mhm.
also the reviews across the board were a little bit lenient here.
Mhm.
Like Scheideroff, same thing. Like if
Mhm.
he could have been reviewed. Yuma, Ilya, Shun, theirs don't need any review because they're generally
Mhm.
fairly clean. Um, but it was interesting to see
Mhm.
that. But I think Daniel Grassel is ready for Italian nationals in two
Yeah.
weeks.
I know. Against my better judgment, I'm really getting into his free skate. I remember the first couple times saw it, I thought it was so empty, but it's like it's
It's
growing on
gotten
me.
better. It's
Yeah.
gotten better, and
Mhm.
he does really try to embody the character. And I
Mhm.
don't. I guess the character is the Pope. I'm not sure
Yeah,
who.
he said he becomes the pope at the end.
So
Mhm.
is he playing the Stanley Tucci character first and then he becomes the Pope? I don't really know.
I
And the
didn't ask him that much because I haven't seen the movie, but I
Oh, you
did
haven't seen the
confirm that
movie.
he ends the program and he is the pope. So I think he's
Uh,
like a cardinal that, like, becomes
I am
the
not
pope.
going to tell you anything about the movie because you need to
Okay.
watch it, but there is
Yeah.
a twist at the end about the
Oh.
Pope. So, uh-huh, uh-huh. Uh,
He's Daniel Grassel.
so yeah, Daniel Grossel
He's a
is
figure
becomes
skater.
becomes the Pope at the end of Conclave. Um, Adam Salehim free skate, uh, new costume that
Yeah.
showcases the fingers.
Yeah, both costumes were new.
Yeah, both costumes were new.
Mhm.
The short program costumes has fewer painted on abs, and I
Mhm.
feel like it's a much subtler thing. He
Yeah, they
went,
look more like anatomy rather than
yeah, yeah,
beach body.
correct,
Yeah.
yes. So I liked it more,
Mhm.
and he basically went more subtle for the short
Mhm.
and went more blatant in the free because I think people were like, I can't see the hands.
Yeah.
Like when he does his little costume reveal,
Yeah.
it's like it kind of looks the same because
Yeah.
the hands are sort of like tan and the rest of his
Yeah.
costume is sort of tan. And so this time it's like, oh, no, 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 you're going to see the hands.
Mhm.
But I wish the hands actually went around the back
Yeah.
because they just sort of get cut off. It's like severed
Mhm.
hands that are like
Mhm.
in on the front of his costume.
Mhm.
And then he goes in the middle of his whatever sequence it is, or maybe it's just a choreography, and he goes and touches the judge's scoring
Yes!
panel.
Hit that +5.
I
+5.
was like, Adam, you sly dog, with
Yeah.
your random touching
Uh-huh.
of it's like,
It was fun.
are you telling me, Adam Fa, that you are Adam and the scoring computer is God? Is
Scoring
that
computer is Eve.
is that is are
His
these
AI
the
girlfriend.
messages that you're telling me?
Yeah.
I loved it.
It was yeah, that part was fun. And the
He
first half of the program, he was so good,
he almost had another one
and
of
then the
his
wheels came
Adam
off.
comebacks. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wheels
I'm
came off and it was
still
like it was
not
all
crazy
off
about that
axis.
program. That program is still not it for me. A short is growing on me, especially that step sequence in the short. He was really into it, and he got me on that, but
Yeah. The free skate is actually a Philip Glass piece. I did not realize
mhm.
this.
Mm,
Partially why I kind of like it.
mhm.
But yeah, I mean, he had a perfect program going into the second
Mhm.
half,
Mhm.
But that's to say, I think that was a more that'll give him some confidence, especially given that
Mhm.
he landed
Mhm.
4 quads at the beginning of the
Gorgeous
program. They're
quadlets. Yeah.
beautiful. So,
Yeah.
Daniel Grosso ends up 4th. Now,
Second
I'm
in the
I'm
free
like
skate.
I'm like second in the free skate. I'm like burying the lead here because the biggest news was not Adam Salhimfa touching the scoring computer. The biggest news was that we saw a historic free skate from Ilya
It
Malinin.
was unbelievable. That quad axle, like, I don't think human beings should be able to jump that high. It's crazy.
Absolutely
7
crazy.
7 clean quads, and he was hitting them with this determination that we don't always see him have.
No, yeah,
He was skating, he was pissed,
yeah,
and he was just punching them out.
yeah.
It was incredible. That was incredible. I mean, he did leave out some of his footwork and, he was it wasn't the most complex in between, but getting the quads out and then the ferocity he did the backflip with right on the music was like I always hate those stupid backflips, and this time I was just like, "Yes. Yes, go."
He does do his backflips in different ways, which is I
Mhm.
appreciate.
They're like an
Uh,
emotional outburst.
it's like if Tara Lipinski at the end of the 1998
Yeah,
Olympics could let out something other than a scream, she would have
I would
done
have
that
been that.
backflip.
Yeah.
But oh my God, that program. Now, could the components have been lower? Yes, but also
Yeah.
like there was no way that anybody was going to catch him at that point, even
Yeah.
with Yuma having actually the best short program he's ever had.
Yeah.
And getting up there, he had a 108 for the short with a quad toe and a quad sow.
And he deserved every inch of it. It
He
was
could have been even
glorious.
higher. Could have been even
Yeah.
higher. Like
Yeah. I mean, God, it was that is just a different caliber of skating. And I saw a
yeah.
really interesting tweet that said that both Yuma and Ilya are doing is incredible, but what's incredible for Yuma is capped at 100 points, and it's not capped at 100 for Ilya.
And the judges aren't even going there.
Yeah,
Like they gave him 93. They gave him 47 and 93.
crazy.
Like Yuma in that short program should have been a couple points higher, and the free skate should have been a couple points higher. Um, like if you're going to do this with GOEs for
Mhm,
Ilya's quads, you should be doing this for components
mhm.
when
Yeah. It's a big issue the way that jump content affects components.
I know
I think there needs to be some kind of clarification there because it affects the way the scoring system works.
it's not in line with the scoring system. I mean, that's
Yeah.
really what it is. Either way, Yuma Kagiyama, he had a couple silly errors in the free skate that
Mhm,
look, it wasn't gonna keep up with Ilya, but
mhm,
could he have been in the 320 range as opposed to the
mhm,
310?
mhm.
302 was what he got. He could have been another 10 points higher, 10, 15
Yeah.
points higher because he popped two triples. He had a couple
Mhm.
foot downs, like all that stuff added up.
Yeah.
Still the best he's skated all season. Um, and then our Mr. Consistent, Shun Sato.
Yes.
The fact that he went
Crazy. Yeah.
After Ilya scored a 240 whatever,
Yeah.
and he was just like, I don't care. I'm just gonna go out and skate clean. And
Yeah.
he goes out and skate clean.
Yeah.
And
I will say, like, watching Ilya do those quads was incredible, and I had just seen that when I saw Shun skate, and I was still so impressed with the cleanliness and, like, the punch of Shun's quads and his super tight rotation. It's, like,
yeah,
blurred.
yeah.
It's wondrous.
I was saying that a few years ago about this new generation of quad jumpers,
Mhm.
especially like Ilya and Shun and Yuma. They
Mhm.
have this way of quick twitch, quick snap right at the start where
Mhm.
they're so efficient with their rotations up top that they come down and there's a lot of room when they come
Yeah.
down. It's what you're talking about with Shun Sato's
Yeah.
quads. It's the same thing. You see that
Mhm.
with Yuma's and to a certain extent with Ilya's. The
Mhm.
Ilya's kind of depends on which quad he's doing, but some of them are a little bit more squeaked out than others.
Mhm.
But they do like this new generation has this new technique, and you see that with like a Rio Nakata
Mhm.
and um, some of the other junior kids who are doing these things like Copy Choi is the same thing. Like they have these like incredibly efficient rotations.
Mhm.
It's part of the training, right? It's part of
Mhm.
the fact that the last 10 years the coaches have started training quads differently and emphasizing things like getting into rotations quicker and all of that sort of stuff because the last thing you do want to do
Mhm.
is go and rotate 4 revolutions and then come down and be like, oh no, but you were
Mhm.
just like half a rotation off.
Yeah. They're done, and then they start descending.
Exactly. Um, anyway, the men's free skate was really good. And
Mhm.
I implore you, men, please bring us that kind of energy in Milan. Very
Yeah.
important.
Seriously. No more Sochi men's events, please.
Please, please no.
Mhm.
The women also brought it, and there were people, myself included, who after the men's free skate happened, because the men and women went back to
Yeah.
back. After the men's free skate happened, were like, "Oh no, have we taken all of the good skating out of this arena right now?"
Yeah.
And we didn't,
Yeah.
because 5 of the 6 skates were
Yeah.
really good,
Yeah.
and
There
it
there
was
was quite a bit of menning in the women's event, but I feel like these girls are so well matched that it wasn't like mistake related menning. They
yeah,
weren't major errors, but there was a lot of changes from the short to the free in placement.
yeah. The really major errors were in the short with
Mhm.
Kaori doubling her lutz
Yeah.
and Amber singling her axel.
Mhm.
And then in the free, it was poor Monet
Yeah.
just,
Pressure. Mhm.
yeah, she just went off all weird on her triple
Mhm.
loop, and then she couldn't get it back for her Sal. And she got it back
Mhm.
for the rest of the free skate.
Yeah.
And
That was strong.
it
I mean,
was,
that's
it
yeah.
was determination that
And
she
you
got
could
it back.
see her bringing back the emoting, because she was kind of in shock, and then she was, like, trying to get back into character.
I don't know if this happened to anybody, but it reminded me a little bit because it was Romeo and Juliet and there were 2
Mhm.
falls in a row. It
Oh.
reminded a little bit of
Oh.
Sashiko in
Oh
2006,
god. Oh god. I didn't go there, but now I am.
right?
Do it
Like,
here, not in Milan.
oh,
Oh, I'm triggered now.
I know.
Sasha won the short program too.
There you go. There was something about that. Once she fell back to back, I was like, "Oh my
Mhm.
god, Romeo and
Mhm.
Juliet back to back falls."
Mhm.
That's just me with my own baggage.
Yeah. Sasha
Um,
really traumatized a lot of people. I'll never get over that.
remember when I mean, complete off topic here, but
Ugh.
the quad sow that she landed in
Oh my
practice at
god.
Skate America? Oh,
Yeah. Ugh,
wow.
crazy.
Okay, let's go back to the women here. Now, Kaori Sakamoto,
Mhm.
we came in with saying that she has been skating such good free skates,
Mhm.
which was what she did here.
Yeah.
And she goes and doubles the lets in the short and
Yeah.
then was crying afterwards.
Yeah.
And I was just like, no, don't
I
cry,
feel bad
please
for
don't cry,
her.
because we're all going to
Yeah.
cry.
Mhm.
She and Amber Glenn were just so dejected
Mhm.
after the mistakes. And it was just like you could really just tell how
Mhm.
important this competition was to both of them. And,
Mhm.
Amber being the reigning champion,
Mhm.
Kaori coming in knowing this is going to be her last Grand Prix final and her
Yeah.
last international event in Japan.
Yeah.
A lot was resting on all of that.
Yeah.
But it was great. They both came back with a vengeance in the free, and we saw basically them open, right? Amber
Mhm.
Glenn, um,
Pretty clean.
pretty
Her loop was a
clean.
little tight, but the rest was great. Great
That was the
axle.
only thing. She did say afterward that she was basically having a panic attack during the six
Yeah.
minute warm up,
Yeah.
and I mean, this is a testament to the kind of mental strength work that she's been
Mhm.
doing for herself, that she was not 100% mentally there,
Yeah.
and she still brought down the
Mhm.
best free skate of her season so far. Like,
Yeah.
you could tell she was very insular in that
Mhm.
skate. Like, it was very much like
Yeah.
I'm trying to get through this thing. And you saw that. You saw that in the tightness of some of the elements, right?
Mhm.
You saw it in the fact that she wasn't quite like outwardly projecting as much, and you saw that in the
Mhm.
scores. But look, Amber Glenn could not have done that a season ago, even.
No. Mm-mm.
So it was great
Yeah,
to
it is
see.
it is pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kari Sakamoto went after her, and only thing was a singled axle.
Mhm.
The single,
Single axle, triple toe, double toe.
yeah. That lest we forget that
Yeah.
she singled her flip at Saitama
Yeah.
Worlds, and had she not put in a triple toe after a
Mhm.
single flip, she would have lost that world title.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she's gutsy.
She
Like
knows what's up. Yeah.
it's so hard
Mhm.
to pop a jump the way that you do
Mhm.
and have the mental acuity and the
Mhm.
s- like the state of mind to keep your body in a position to actually finish that combination,
Mhm.
because when you pop a jump, you're probably in some sort of like body disalignment, right? Like
Mhm.
you're the reason you go and pop jumps is because your body is like, nope, it's going to
Mhm.
be too dangerous for me to do this thing. And so we're not going to go and rotate another revolution or two. And so you're going to pop it. And so for her to come down and be like, nope, I'm going to stay checked and do a triple toe
Yeah.
afterwards and do it cleanly.
Yeah.
It's a lot. But yeah, I mean, that ended up being the difference between second and third. I mean,
Mhm.
whatever.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter at this point. She
Yeah.
gets herself on the podium.
Yeah.
Um, but it was Ami Nakai.
Yeah. Our little breath of fresh air.
I was not expecting it, to be honest.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure what she was gonna do, and when she stepped out of that axle in the short,
Yeah.
I kinda thought, "Oh, this is how this competition is gonna
Yep.
go," but the one she landed in the free was great. Mark Henready said that she hadn't been hitting it in practice, like, that was the best one she'd done. So, I mean, that's good. She's handling the pressure, and
Yep.
her free skate was beautiful other than the Lutz mistake.
Yep.
But that's her second time this season beating Cowrie, which is kind of incredible.
It's kind of unprecedented.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
doesn't happen.
and I think in terms of heading into Japanese nationals and Olympic criteria, I feel like she's really kind of cemented her spot as the likely number 3 on the team. You think?
I think so. What
Mhm.
was interesting was people were saying like Monet is all of a sudden like on the bubble for the
No.
team, and I'm like, not based on what she's done all
No.
season.
She
I
won
mean,
2 Grand Prix,
yeah,
and yeah,
two
no,
Grand
no.
Prix and a world bronze medal.
Yeah.
Like unless you tell me Monet Chiba ends up 10th at Japan
Mhm.
Nationals, like you know,
Yeah. And she won't.
yeah. So, but that's heading into Japan
Mhm.
Nationals. We had basically this preview where Ami Nakai wins, Kari Sakamoto was second, Monet Shiba
Mhm.
was third, Rinka Watanabe was fourth.
Mhm.
Rinka's going to continue to have issues with rotations.
Yeah.
That's unfortunately going to be the thing, and she's going to have to be really clean at Japan Nationals.
Mhm.
But to your point in the preview show about Ami Nakai versus Rinka Watanabe, right? Like you see them back to back,
Mhm.
and they are so different.
So different. I mean, the difference in components is remarkable. It's just yeah. And I feel like unfortunately as mighty as Rinka's tech content is, I don't think that she can compete with Ami if Ami's skating well.
Yeah.
It's just the quality that Ami has is just so comprehensive. And just I don't know, just like fresh and so delivered with just such lightness. It's really appealing and it really has been rewarded so far. Um,
Lightness and bigness. Like
yeah.
Ami Nakai, like I've been talking about,
Mhm.
especially Rinka's the end of Rinka's free skate where
Mhm.
that step sequence gets really tight and really
Mhm.
small. Like Ami Nakai is always skating to the boards. Like
Mhm.
she is barreling down the
Mhm.
ice, and that's what we've been seeing with her, and that's what
Mhm.
we're seeing here. And it's a little bit of fearless skating.
Mhm.
Um, it will depend on how she does with that triple axel, I think,
Mhm.
because it hasn't been super consistent for her,
Yeah.
and it's even when I think I've seen her in practice a couple times in competitions, um, and even then it's like the axles they weren't hitting.
Mhm.
But the rest of her jumps are generally very good.
Mhm. Yeah.
But who would have thought? Alyssa Liu.
Crazy. I mean, and she's the only one who did 2 clean programs here. So, I Donna Summer strikes again, I
I,
guess.
I- d- you and I have been all not over that Donna Summer
Yeah,
program all season,
yeah.
and somehow I think it feels like she needs like a sold out capacity crowd to do this, but
Mhm.
like
She got one.
she
She
got a
had one
sold
there.
out crowd,
Mhm.
and she all of a sudden is like, I'm gonna skate faster. I'm gonna
Yeah.
project more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be musical. Like usually that the problem with that Donna Summer program is
Mhm.
always that she finishes her jumps and there's still like a minute and a half left,
Mhm.
and the minute and a half is supposed to be her dancing, having fun, doing a step
Yeah.
sequence and doing some spins. And in the two events on the Grand Prix where she did this program, that last minute and a half
Mhm.
just felt like it went on for 5 minutes because
Yeah.
she's just like, okay, well,
Gotta get through it.
almost done.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah, exactly. And here it was like Boston again,
Yeah.
where she was having fun with the crowd. She was
Mhm.
doing everything to the music, and she
Mhm.
was just so much stronger.
Mhm.
And and I loved the way that she brought it back. But that is also to say, Donna Summer has now peaked twice.
Yeah.
She can't peak a third time, I don't think.
I think this is the last time we're gonna see her
I hope so.
because Alyssa told the ISU, it's an ISU article that just came out, she's preparing to reveal her new Lady Gaga free skate at nationals. Quote, "I already have it. It's already done. Just haven't shown it. Now I'm keeping it a secret. I'm waiting for the
Oh.
dress and the competition to do it."
Oh.
Yeah, so Gaga to come.
So when Michelle and I are at practice in St. Louis
Dancing.
and I complain about bad romance, I hope it's not bad romance. I hope it's been taken out.
What is there negative to say about Bad Romance?
I think bad romance is too slow.
For
You know,
skating?
it's for skating. I so
Okay,
if
that's a more nuanced comment. I was ready to, like, take out my
oh,
knife.
I like bad romance as a
Yeah, yeah.
song. Um, so she does what was it? Going back to her, the first the
Bloody Mary.
she does Bloody Mary.
Mhm.
The like and Bloody Mary and Disease and Bad Romance are
Yeah,
all very similar in
yeah.
BPM, I
Well,
think.
Gaga kinda writes everything in 4/4
I
time.
know that like
Yeah.
I will just tell
Uh
you, when Gaga comes on at a
Mhm,
gay club,
mhm.
you just see everybody kind of like swaying. Like there's
Yeah.
not there's it's just it's like it's hard to like vigorously dance to Gaga unless it's Bad
Mhm.
Romance maybe, but it's just like
Judas.
Judas is different, right?
Yeah.
Like Applause is different.
Mhm.
There are some of these Gaga songs that are like different.
Mhm.
And the one of the reasons why the first program did not work for me for
Mhm.
Alyssa was that everything just sounded the same in terms
Mhm.
of like the level of intensity.
Mhm.
And like, fine, start with Bad Romance, but like, give me something else more
Yeah.
later on. I don't know. I'm hoping it does change, and
Mhm.
I'm hoping it's not one of those where it's like, oh gosh, it's a minute and a half of choreography that I feel
Yeah.
like is just sort of like whatever. Um, but we'll see. Excited to
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
And so we finish the Grand Prix final.
I think this is our longest episode yet.
It sure is. And we finish the Grand Prix final with the same four winners who won Worlds last year.
Crazy.
I did not think that that was going to happen. I didn't think the chances that it happening was going to be that high,
Yeah.
and that's what we got. Um, and there you go, folks. That was the Grand Prix final. That means we are moving on to
Mhm.
the rest of the season. And before I ask you what you're obsessed about, um, just do a little bit of preview of what's going to happen in the next few weeks. So Grand Prix season is over, which means Nationals season is starting. Next week, as we were talking about in News of the Week, there's assorted European national championships
Mhm.
across the entire EU.
Mhm. Mhm.
So there will be a lot of that going on. In 2 weeks, it will be France, Italy, and Japan Nationals. And
Let's go.
I am ready to go. I'm leaving in 8 days.
Oh,
I'm
cool.
so
That's so
excited. I am
exciting.
so excited to go to Japan
Yeah.
Nationals.
And you got
Oh,
your accreditation and you're ready to go.
it's all ready to go.
Mm,
So that's in 2 weeks. In 3 weeks, we'll have Chinese Nationals where
mhm,
we will see if it's going to be
mhm.
Sui and Han.
Can't wait to see them again.
Yeah, and see what their improvements are.
Mhm,
5 weeks, it's Canada, and oh, sorry, 4 weeks, it's Korea. 5 weeks is Canada and
mhm.
US. 6 weeks is Europeans. So then in 6 weeks, we transition to the ISU championships.
Yeah.
Europeans, week after that, 4 continents. And then 2 weeks after that, the team event for the Olympics. We'll start off our 3 weeks of Olympics figure skating.
I need to pack. That's, like, coming right up.
We should be packing like today. Yeah,
Oh, wow. Europeans are the week after US nationals
that's right.
this
That's right.
season.
Yeah,
Yes.
they moved up both
Ugh,
Europeans and 4 continents.
that's great. Thank you very much, ISU. It's just such an annoying thing for me as an American to be working at US nationals and then simultaneously, like, paying attention
Working,
to
yes, yeah,
Europeans,
uh-huh.
but also, like, not being on site at Europeans where I would love to be, you know?
Yeah. There's so much happening. Okay,
Yeah.
what are you obsessed with right now?
Okay, I have 2 things. I didn't mention one in the episode. So, Monet Chiba's short program performance. She skated out of her skin. Donna Summer again.
Donna Summer,
Donna
I was
Summer again.
telling you,
And yeah.
after this Olympic quad, Donna Summer is gonna be everywhere.
Oh god. Please.
She
Let's
works
give her a
hard for
break.
the money. Can we do, like, hot stuff?
Oh my god.
Can we do the Barbara Streisand
The
duet? I mean,
theme the theme for the rhythm dance next season is going
is
to be
Donna
Donna
Summer.
Summer. Yeah. Um, so I guess Monet worked with Caitlin Weaver like the week before this event, and oh my gosh, she that short program it was the best she's ever done it. It was out of this world, and she looked shocked with her 77. I was just yeah,
It was so
delightful.
deserved.
Mhm. Yeah,
She glowed up that program.
yeah.
And
So my
we didn't think it was gonna get better, and it got better.
yeah, yeah. My number one moment is the, junior free dance kiss and cry with Melissa Gregory and Denis Petchikov, both there, both dressed to match their team and so excited for their team, Aboyan and Vesalukin. Melissa and Dennis were just, like, great competitors for the US. I mean, I covered them for many years. They're such nice people. I'm so, so happy for them that they are, like, raising these amazing teams and, like, who imagined that, like, they would be raising the prodigal daughter of ice dance in the United States? Like, let's go. I was just it was delightful. It made me so happy, and so good job to them, and congrats.
Okay, well, I just got some news that neither you and I knew
Oh.
in the chat and the YouTube stream, which is that in the gala, Alyssa debuted part of her Gaga program?
Oh, I need to go watch that.
Okay, I just go watch it right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, before we go and find this program, um,
What are you obsessed
I'm
with?
still obsessed about Hasse Volodin's comeback.
Oh.
Like, I just thought they were. It, you feel good for them
Mhm.
because they 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 figured it out.
Yeah.
And look, as much as I would love for them to go back to 4 seasons, like the
Mhm.
fact that they are working and working this program, making it better,
Mhm.
it's good for them. It's good for them to grow in that. And you know, I think whereas last week or 2 weeks ago we were saying that they were sort of feeling
Yeah.
like it was sort of the momentum was not for them to get to the podium. I think the
Mhm.
momentum is back for them to
Yeah.
be in contention for the gold again.
Yeah. Because if she had done her Salchow looking at what the standings are, they would have won.
They would have won.
So that laying down that free skate was like the momentum shift they needed.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. Okay, well, we have a few weeks of nationals events coming up. We're going to, I will nerd out with all of you on nationals and Olympic team selection things because I know all of you want to know about that. So we will talk more about that in the next couple of weeks. Michelle and I have to figure out what our podcasting schedule is going to be
Mhm.
like because we don't really know what we're going to talk about because there's so much to talk about over the next couple of weeks. But you better believe we will be back next Sunday, but we just have to figure out what we're talking about next
Mhm.
Saturday, next Sunday. All right. Well, for Michelle Ellis, Quad Twist 3 forever. That's what we got here. This is Jackie Wong, Chief Skate Nerd and sleep enthusiast of
Mhm.
rockersgang.com. Yeah. Thanks as always to John Wilson Blades for your support and your sponsorship. And thank you to Tara Nichols for listening to this extra long episode and making us sound good. So
Thanks, Tara.
thank you, Tara. We'll talk to you again next week. Bye.